Hey everyone, I'm in Elden Ring. Here's a tutorial on the equipment section to try and get you comfortable with it. So to access equipment, you hit the menu button on the controller of the Xbox and then go over to equipment. So it's the first thing selected and you see this rather complicated area here. You can switch this to a simple view by pressing the button on top of your right stick. So you can have this look here or the detailed view like this. So there's a few important things to consider here. So on the boxes on the left hand side, this first set that we have are your right hand armaments. So you can have up to 3 things in your quick slots here to quickly access. You've also got arrows, bolts, and you've also got the same thing for the left hand armament here. So you can see currently I have a long sword and a shield attached to this. So let's add something else. So if I go to this box here that's currently empty and then I select something, anything with a shield up the top left is already equipped. So I can't equip that one again. But I could go for this halberd, for example, and chuck that in at slot number 2. Now, there is a problem with doing this in that the more stuff that you put for quick access, the heavier your equipment load becomes. So down the bottom right, can you see equip load? You can see that's now 48.1 and I'm getting very heavy. So this is not a problem so much if I'm not intending to roll around to avoid things. If I'm going to block and use things like my armor and my shield to protect me, that's fine. But if I wanted to try and roll around, I'm going to have difficulty with this heavy load that's on at the minute. So if you're interested in moving around quickly and rolling and avoiding and dodging, you want to keep this load as light as you can. So that's how we equipped something there. What about a bow, for example? We could equip that here as well. So I hit A here, go and put a bow on there, and now that's in the slot as well. You can see the equipment load has gone up again, so I'm now at 50.6. So the more stuff I put in, the bigger the trouble here. Let's add one more thing. I'm going to add a torch. And now we're very, very heavy. We're very close to our maximum rating here, but you can see I've got lots of things here added for convenience. Part of this weight that we're seeing here is coming from the armor that I've got. I've got a knight helm, a knight armor, knight gauntlets, and soldier greaves. So these are all pretty heavy. You can see 4 weight, 11.8 weight, 3.9, 6.6. Quite why it doesn't show me. Yeah, it does. There's the weight on the short bow, 2.5, 10. The sword is 3.5, the halberd is 8, and the bow, the arrows I don't think have any weight at all. So this is something you've got to keep an eye on. Down below this you may have a particular medallion or something here. So you can see I've got this special medallion which was my starting bonus thing, which raises my maximum HP. And then lastly we have this area here where you have up to 10 possibilities that you can use in your equipment to quickly access. Some of these, I don't think these have weight. Let me just double check. Doesn't look like they do. But if I wanted to add something to here, I can hit the A button and it will show me the sort of things I can do and add here that may or may not be useful for other things. There's not really anything I've got that's too useful here, but you can see, for example, if I added this wolf thing, which is already there, I'll just remove it. And there it is there, so it's sitting in this slot here. So these will be accessed in this order. So if you're going to use one thing more than another, so for example, I'm not really using cerulean tears at the minute, I could move that out. So let's get rid of that, and I'll pop the wolf in there instead and say that I'm going to access these ones faster. So this will make sense in a minute when I show you how these are all accessed. So that's where we've got everything all loaded. How do we then access that with the equipment all done? So if we come right the way out, you've got your D-pad accesses, your right hand is moving it to the right. So you can see there's that halberd that I set up. And if I hit D-pad again, I go to the other one. So I've only got 2 things set in that right armament at the minute rather than 3. The left, you remember I added the torch. So there's my torch and the shield and the bow. Now if I want to use the bow, I need to just switch either using the LB or the RB to get it ready. But that's a different kettle of fish, but I just wanted to show you that. And then lastly, you can see the down button flicks between all of these different things that I added in that down inventory in the equipment thing. Now one thing I want to point out is if there's something you're going to use a lot, you may want to make use of a pouch, which is an alternate storage area that you've got that can be quickly accessed by holding down Y. So Y, you can see I've got this 4-way slot. So this also corresponds to the the equipment that you assign to it. So I've got two things assigned at the minute, one of which is my steed, and if I hit the down button on the D-pad, here comes my steed. There we go. So something like that you're probably going to want to access quite quickly without cycling through a menu makes more sense to put into your pouch. In terms of how you enter the pouch, if we go back to this screen with the menu button, you can see the pouch on the right hand side, and then you can move your D-pad over here to override things. So I've got memory of grey set on the up one. I could set something to the right one if I wanted. So for example, if we go here, you can hit Y to switch and then put something else in there that you might access via this system as well. There's not really much that I can think of that I need to access there, but just for example, let's say I want these bone darts to be accessed that way. I could access them here, hit B, B again, and then as I hold down this Y, you can see I can access that now with that right D-pad. So it's just an alternate way of accessing things. There's also these gestures here that you can do here, like bow, switch, all these sort of things, so you can switch how these are done here. But this is more the one that we were interested in. And that's how equipment works. I hope that was useful to you. If it was, give us a thumbs up, please. That's much appreciated. Any comments, welcome. I'll see you again in another tutorial.